Hello and welcome back to Scorpio Tech. After a painful 3.5 month wait, the Asus ROG Strix RTX 3080 has finally arrived safely with me. This is an upgrade I've been wanting to make for the past year or maybe even longer. I will be upgrading from an Asus Strix 1070 and it has done me very well over the past few years, but with more and more demanding titles such as Cyberpunk, Valhalla and Microsoft Flight Simulator finally arriving, it is time to finally replace it. Its heavier, thicker and more powerful older brother is superior in practically every single way. First of all, it arrives in a beautifully designed box outlining the key features, product design and also some technical specifications as well. Before we go any further, this will not be a benchmark video as there is already so many out there that will do a better job than I can, so apologies if you're here for that. From the packaging we can see that this is the 10GB GDDR6X OC edition, which will be plenty sufficient for my needs. In terms of features, of course, RTX cards have the ray tracing capabilities, but we also have PCI Express Gen 4, DLSS, as well as a bunch more awesome improvements in the cooling and aesthetic areas. Opening the inner box, we are greeted with a large and well protected GPU wrapped in its anti-static plastic, as well as some ephemera around the outside of the box. The GPU is displayed with its fans up, giving us a little teaser of the design on the card. We can also see the incredible width of this card, which I'll compare to the previous Strix 1070 later on in this video. We'll return to the GPU shortly, but first let's take a look at what else is included inside. Underneath we find a small package containing a handy setup guide, a thank you note, a playing card or top trump replica, which I absolutely love and is something I wish more companies would throw in, as well as this strange triangular piece featuring the ROG logo, but it looks like it could possibly go on top of the GPU, but I honestly don't know for sure. Finally, in the lower right corner of the box we also have a couple more items. First out is a really solid ROG keychain ruler, but I'm not exactly sure why this is included, but I'm not going to complain anyway. In addition to this we also have some ROG branded Velcro cable ties, which do always come in handy, so again I'm not complaining there. Now let's get back to the main event. Removing the GPU from its packaging, we can finally see it in all its glory. With its striking side RGB bar, brushed metal and grayscale colorway accents, for such a big card I actually think it looks pretty damn sleek. I'm personally going to be mounting this in a standard format, but I think a vertical mount would also look fantastic with this 3080. The design is centered around maximum performance and cooling, hence its larger size than the previous generations. Unfortunately, back when I ordered this 3080 in September, there was no public plans for a white version of this card, but since then they have been announced, which would have been my preference for this build, but that is how things go sometimes. This GPU features 3 DisplayPort slots and 2 HDMI slots, so you should have no issue connecting to as many monitors as you need. The fans on the GPU have also seen a nice upgrade compared to their predecessors. Asus's Axial Tech fan design now has more blades and a greater surface area than ever before, so it is ready to deal with new games, editing software and a higher power intake overall. As well as this, the central fan has also been reversed to reduce air turbulence and therefore the GPU temperature as well. Oh, would you look at the time, it's time to get ready for that peeling feeling. Enjoy. So this particular 3080 has 3 8-pin connectors and Asus themselves recommend an 850W power supply, but I'm currently running the 3080 with a 750W power supply and I've had no issues so far. Also, as you just saw, there is a small switch on the GPU that allows you to swap between performance and quiet presets depending on your preference. Here we have the Asus Strix 1070 sat next to the new Strix 3080, and there's honestly not as much difference as I was expecting in terms of length and width, but of course the 3080 is wider with its 2.9 slot design. So now it's time to get this GPU into the case. As the card requires 3 8-pin connectors, we will need to use 2 splitter cables from the power supply. I have purchased some white extensions to aid with the aesthetic side of the build. After taking a few minutes to cable manage to my best ability, it was time to turn on the machine and get the drivers installed. Immediately after turning on, the GPU lights up with its preset RGB bar in a rainbow effect, and I've gotta say, considering the size of the GPU in a white build, I think it looks pretty damn good. After installing all the necessary drivers, the upgrade was finally complete. I downloaded various software for the GPU such as Asus GPU Tweak for monitoring and Asus Armoury Crate for the GPU lighting customization. I've been using this GPU now for just over 2 weeks and I honestly can't fault it one bit. I've gone from playing games like Cyberpunk on low settings to playing them on ultra with ray tracing, making for an infinitely more enjoyable experience. It might be an expensive upgrade, but for me personally it's one that's been extremely worthwhile. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have any questions about the 3080, feel free to let me know down in the comments section. The 2021 setup tour will be out in just a few weeks time, so make sure you're subscribed and to join the Discord server link down below to stay up to date. I hope you all have an amazing 2021, remember to stay safe and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.